Apparently, now this pastor voice now go loudest where reach America, where go around the world, where go viral in the world, where spark this whole thing where they happen, where Trump they talk and everybody they talk. So it is this particular video that went viral.
Please tell Trump to save our life in Nigeria. They are Christians in Nigeria, massacre Christians. They are tired.
They just use Buhari and sorry to say it's already a deceased person. They use an idiot to collect money.
We live in a country where we are taking photo up with bandits. Section 2 subsection, section 14 subsection 2B of our constitution says is the role of the government to fix insecurity and get our people secured. The government has failed in this in the last 15 years.
You are in support of America invading Nigeria.
100%.
Guns are blazing.
I said 100%. Since the government have refused to listen and leaders are not even helping matters.
Wouldn't that affect the sovereignty of Nigeria? That's the question I'm asking.
You know, disunited we are as a nation, and if there's one lesson from this, it is that we must fix that problem, because it works during politics season for a few, but when it comes to crunch matters, we would need people to really come together united and not begin to bring ethnic slurs.
You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are not telling you what to do, Abi. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are on the dining table with government, telling government what to do.
Now, before we even start, let's deal with the beginning of this whole thing. There is genocide. Nigerian government refused to talk. On Easter Day, while they were doing Palm Sunday, truck just came and crushed down the full people. Not even one elite came out to condemn it. Then we go to villages, massacre everybody. No elite, no news agency, nobody will talk about it. This man, Pastor Ezekiel, have been making several videos. You see burials upon burials, burials upon burials. They are not even doing one burial, they're doing mass burial. Until this particular video caught the attention of the whole world. Donald Trump saw it because the man specifically called on Donald Trump because the Nigerian government were doing nothing. Anyway, I want you guys to watch how VDM talks about it. We'll be right back to do more exegesis about this whole case.
Please tell Trump to save our life in Nigeria. They are Christians in Nigeria, massacre Christians. They are tired to be outside performing burial every day. And they expect us to
So apparently, now this pastor voice now go loudest where reach America, where go around the world, where go viral in the world, where spark this whole thing where they happen, where Trump they talk and everybody they talk. So it is this particular video that went viral. Now, before we start talking about Trump, let's assume that Trump did not even say anything, right? Where make everybody they go tiki tiki tiki, Nigerian government body they catch them. We have fathers of faith that are very influential. These are people that are at the upper echelon of the Christian faith in the whole Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, in Africa, and in the whole world. They are very recognized. These are very powerful and influential men of God in Nigeria. These are people that their auditorium a day on a Sunday, you have hundreds of thousands of people coming to church. They are very influential and they have direct access to the president. These are people that would have mounted pressure to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I'm talking about Pastor Adeboye of Redeem. I'm talking about Oyedepo of Living Faith. I'm talking about Tunde Bakari and a lot of pastors that have influence. I'm talking about Dunamis pastor and Neche that have the biggest auditorium in the world. The biggest church auditorium in the world is in Nigeria. These are the people that would have mounted pressure and told Tinubu that, see, we have the people. If you are not going to do anything about it, we are going to do X, Y, Z to pressure Tinubu. But they all kept quiet like nothing is happening. Tribalism is part of it. Now they are brought at the power now, especially Adeboye and Oyedepo. Because when Goodluck was in power, these people came on the streets to protest. That, oh no. Now their own don't reach now. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what it is for me. But they kept quiet. Do you know the craziest part is that they don't talk about these things? They don't talk about these things. They don't say nothing. They don't say nothing. Oh, let's pray for Nigeria. Let's pray for Nigeria. Your prayers don't work, Adeboye. Your prayers don't work, Oyedepo. Your prayers don't work, Eneche. Your prayers don't work, Tunde Bakari. You know how I know your prayers don't work? All the prayers people have been praying, if it works, Nigeria will be going better. Adeboye once said that dollar is going to come down, naira is going to appreciate. It didn't work. You people pray for the security of Nigeria every blessed day. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. So your prayer don't work. Is it not time for you to tell your members that come, you people need to arm yourself? If you see Jack and Jill that is going to the river to fetch a pail of water, and that river that they are going to, you didn't authorize them to go, you hold Jack and Jill and you put them on the ground. The population is there. You don't pressure the president. There's no pressure. For me personally, listen, this is my own main point about this whole Donald Trump thing, right? I would rather say now us Nigerians, now in March or we scatter things for that whole country. Make the Nigeria say, if smoke won't come out for the body, make it come out. I would rather say now we Nigerians do them than make outsider come do them. Personally. I would rather say now we do them, come start to the rebuild them, than make outsiders come do them. Make we the rebuild. If you don't understand, listen to that again. I would rather say that we use our hands scatter around that country than make outsider come to am. If not that one ain't go help us, make everything for Nigeria calm, make it help us. But the fathers of faith are so quiet that I almost forgot that these people are in that country. You know when I know that Tinubu is incompetent, right, of actually protecting Nigerians, is when they said federal government is organizing a prayer for Nigeria. Bro, do you know how crazy that is? That the people that are charged with the responsibility of protecting the nation, of catering for the nation, boosting our economy, feeding the people, giving us good water to drink, giving us food to eat, after we pay our tax. These people, instead of bringing solution with everything that we have given them, with our natural resources, with everything that we have in Nigeria, they are coming back to tell us that, we don't have anything to do. You people should just pray that God will help us. Bro, when I saw that National Prayer Day, I creased. Christians, they do their own on the other side. Muslims, they do their own on the other side. I knew that Tinubu cannot help us. That was when I knew that Tinubu is incompetent and cannot help us. A nation that is telling the people to pray for God to help them. Who is God supposed to say? There has never been a time where God came down to help anybody in this world. In the history of this world, there has never been a time. At a point, he sent the Pekin. He must send somebody. They sent Moses, they sent Elijah, according to the Bible. In the Quran, they sent Musa. They sent Musa, Abina Muhammad, they shall send somebody. There has never been a time where God came. One person must take the hit. But in Nigeria, you tell people to pray after they've given you so much power. They call you the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. In-chief of the armed forces. You let these people, they go come down, they go carry people, go inside bush. We are in a deep shit. We are. But again, why are the father of faith so quiet? Oyedepos, Adeboye, Eneches, and co. Is the only prayer you have to offer us? You are collecting tithes, offerings, every Sunday or any day you have services. You are collecting all this money. And in exchange for that, you are offering us prayer. Your members are missing. Your members are missing. A lot of your members are missing. Oh, maybe because of your church is too big, you will not understand. You don't notice. Your members are missing. A lot of them are buying. Now, let's go to Islam. Again, like I said yesterday, you can't tell me, say now only Christians, they buy. Do you understand? Both traditionalists, they buy. Both both Muslims, they buy. Understand first that everybody, they buy. Do you understand? Understand first that everybody, they buy. We have a general problem in Nigeria of everybody buying. May God help us. May God help us. The US now say they won't come help. Which help? We have the power to help ourselves in our hand. We have that power to do it. And the people that are supposed to ginger it, they should start gingering it now. Peace and love. Don't play.
After Donald Trump came out and said, oh, we don't want this. We want to make sure that we come to Nigeria to rescue the Christians and none of that. Your president, I want you guys to listen to what he said. We'll be right back.
If non-oil revenue is going well, then we have no fear of whatever Trump is doing on the other side. And I've just signed off on a huge mechanization, program that every region we have a mechanized center for agriculture mechanization and have trainees and all of that. That is our path to food sovereignty, food security. You remove hunger from poverty, you have defeated poverty.
If no oil revenue, I don't think that we can. The whole president, listen to what he's saying. Anyway, thank God they advise him well. He's now running etasketa, trying to tell Donald Trump, oh, I want us to have a dialogue, because they know definitely Donald Trump don't just talk. He will do his laputi. Now, I want you guys to listen to another gullible sheikh. Listen to what this man that have been heading bandits for years, and listen to what he said.
Let me tell you how Americans can help us. They can give us drones, surveillance drones. They can also give us fighting
which of course
drones.
we have before now. 12 Tucano jets. They've gotten weapons.
No, Tucano jets are useless. They just use Buhari. Sorry to say, it's already a deceased person. They use an idiot to collect money, about $500 million from Nigeria, without even going through the Senate.
But the other weapons that Nigeria... Okay, so what weapon do you think Nigeria should go for now? Because we've
usually, I think it's the drone technology. Drone technology for surveillance and for engagement will do very well for us. That Americans can do, and they can help us with it. The way they have been helping Israel to fight Gaza, they can do it. But they are not ready to do it. How can they tell me they want to come and start bombing Nigerians when they will be bombing innocent people? And they will compound the problem. In fact, our problem is local, and we, the locals down, we know better how to deal with it than somebody outside coming to threaten. And more or less, you see, I'm not a really fan of government. Honestly, I've been critical of all government, but I think is a slight on Tinubu's government. Honestly, I felt the man honestly we all need to gather around this man and help him to overcome this problem. Honestly speaking, because he's doing his best. Really.
Right. All right.
God that Rufai Hosseini did not have it. Rufai Hosseini of Arise TV News came out to address the issue of this particular Mashai Gumi and other northern religion leaders or traditional leaders that have been heading these bandits, taking pictures, snapping with them, taking selfie. Thank you for buying all the Christians. Woo, we love you. Allah Akbar. I want you guys to listen to what Arise TV News said in none of this. We'll be right back.
We live in a country where we are taking photo up with bandits. Section 14, subsection 2B of our constitution said is the role of the government to fix insecurity and get our people secured. The government has failed in this in the last 15 years. I can open my phone and read to you tweets of President Tinubu condemning Jonathan for the slaughtering of Christians then. All we are telling President Tinubu to do this morning is to do the thing you condemn Jonathan for. You can't invade a sovereign nation without the say-so of the nation. You can talk to the nation to bring you in to help solve problems. But even that has its own implications. Because America does not come and fight for you for free. This morning on my Twitter page, I put the cost that Kuwait had to pay America for the Gulf War between 1990 and 1991. As of 1990 and 1991, Kuwait paid the American government $16 billion. If you adjust that money for inflation today, it's about $40.1 billion. Everything will come with a cost. Yes, we've also talked about rare earth metals, rare earth minerals that is also here, America's own business and political interest and all of that. But secondly, the point I want to make this morning is this. Because we are a sovereign nation, does not mean we shouldn't stop the killings of people. Isn't it a shame, collective shame, that it took Donald Trump to be able to rile us up for us to be able to have this conversation again? Irrespective of religion, irrespective of tribe, should people be in this country? And people are not calling a spade a spade. I saw the likes of Shegumi talk this morning when he was saying, oh, America has no right to threaten us, we should call their blood. What? The same Shegumi that talks in support of the criminals, that says because they've not been given a better lease of life, that's why they perpetrate these crimes? We live in a country where we are taking photo up with bandits. Section 14 subsection 2B of our constitution says is the role of the government to fix insecurity and get our people secured. The government has failed in this in the last 15 years. I can open my phone and read to you tweets of President Tinubu condemning Jonathan for the slaughtering of Christians then. All we are telling President Tinubu to do this morning is to do the thing you condemn Jonathan for. Enough is enough. Like I said on the table the other day, it's because people close to us have not been killed. Any Bakolomo, if it happens to you, you will speak in a harsher tone than I'm speaking this morning. And I'm very sad for us in this country. And the data boys are playing all sorts of politics with it. The banger boys and data boys. Yes, Nigeria should engage. I'm happy that from the president side they're going to engage. But apart from engagement, is it too much to ask for that we should stop this killing once and for all?
All right. Okay.
If America brings drones here, brings, all kinds of things in any part of Nigeria, Nigeria will never be the same. Because no country can survive a religious war. You have seen that in other parts of the world, whether it's Afghanistan or, it's in Lebanon. So we cannot even afford that. And that's why I think President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must act swiftly. Act swiftly. We have a body called Presidential Advisory Council on foreign relations, or is it international relations? Now, we have those people. We have Chief Emeka Anyauku, who is still alive. We have President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Olusegun Obasanjo. We have diplomats, experienced people. We have religious leaders. Cardinal Francis Onayeka, Bishop Matthew Kuka. All of these people should be mobilized immediately. And there should be diplomatic engagement for Nigeria to say, no, it is not true. We're having security challenges in Nigeria. After all, there's religious attacks, yes, by Boko Haram, what Trump calls the Islamist state. Yeah, Professor Zulum can confirm that. If America invades Nigeria, it's not just only Nigerians that will suffer. The whole of West Africa will be destabilized. Okay, let's go a bit further. Now, Trump is fighting South Africa, trying to divide the country. Trump is now also fighting Nigeria on details that he doesn't understand. And I've seen some of them, Congressman Moore, Congressman Cole, Senator Ted Cruz, all these parachute politicians. In fact, the thing is so embarrassing that even Nicki Minaj put her mouth in the matter, saying, there's no religious freedom in Nigeria. Can Nicki Minaj just concentrate on Anaconda, obligations and not talk about Nigeria? So all kinds of characters are talking. Now, part of the problem we have here is that even Nigerians, there are fifth columnists among us. If you go and check, one former governor said, Tinubu will not get second term. Is this about regime change? Is this an attempt to demonize the Tinubu administration, to stop, or to influence the process of 2027? That's the question right there. And the fifth columnists who are behind this, need to be cautioned. Freedom of expression, all the rights under Chapter 4, they have limits. And this is the time for Nigerians to be responsible and to know that the sovereignty of their country is important. People who have been gifted with all kinds of characters are talking. If you go and check, one former governor said, Tinubu will not get second term. Is this about regime change? Is this an attempt to demonize the Tinubu administration, to stop, or to influence the process of 2027? That's the question right there. And the fifth columnists who are behind this, need to be cautioned. Freedom of expression, all the rights under Chapter 4, they have limits. And this is the time for Nigerians to be responsible and to know that the sovereignty of their country is important. People who have been gifted with a microphone, whether they are politicians or public affairs commentators, should be responsible in what they say, putting Nigeria first. All of us are in distress, whether we are Christians or enemies or Muslims, and that's the point that I've seen Omoyele Sowore making. That look, what we need is good governance. If this country is properly governed, if this country is at peace, Rufai just quoted section 14 sub 2b of the Nigerian Constitution. Security and welfare of the people. It is a reminder, finally, that the Tinubu administration needs to do more to secure this environment, to make it peaceful. But I don't subscribe to the argument that America is coming for our oil. America, they are not. They are even supplying crude oil to Dangote refinery. They are not even buying our gas from Nigeria LNG. They are getting their gas from elsewhere. But there is a complexity. There are contradictions that we need to address. So some people say, oh, they are coming for our resources, as they did in Libya, Syria, and other parts of the world. No. We should not demarcate our country, but we should support government. And President Tinubu should seek help. There are people in this country, I don't even know whether the Presidential Council on International Relations has been constituted. If it has not been constituted, now is the time. We have people who have experience. We need adults in the room, not the small people around who think that they know everything. We need adults in the room. You should call for help from Obasanjo, from Anyanku, from T.Y. Danjuma, from Babangida, from all the people. This is the mess that APC has created, and they should correct it by acting swiftly.
Yes. Action is what Nigerians are calling for. Like I said earlier, there have been a number of responses, reactions following the designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern, and then further on the diplomatic conversation or undiplomatic conversations have happened between countries of both, presidents of both countries. Now let's start looking at solutions. But I think first of all, in terms of solutions, it's a good time and a good thing to call for Nigerians to be united and not, speak against. But this is why consistently before this has happened, we have talked about the fragile relationship along ethnic and religious lines that this administration must fix. It was politicized heavily, and when it came to head, this administration did not do enough to correct or to address it. We said it on this table that even if it took the National Orientation Agency to promote togetherness, unity, oneness, speaking with one voice, now that we have challenges, we are now running helter-skelter and asking Nigerians to speak with one voice. Sometimes it's better to be proactive than reactive. And so now asking Nigerians to be patriotic, asking Nigerians to speak up for Nigeria, when the warnings had happened right before to say that bring people together so that when it's time, it will be genuine and you're not having to try to get people together when it wouldn't work. And that's why some people, if you see the reactions, some of them funny, some of them light-hearted, some of them supporting this move, and of course it's really largely from a place of ignorance. But it also speaks very clearly as to how disunited we are as a nation. And if there's one lesson from this, it is that we must fix that problem, because it works during politics season for a few, but when it comes to crunch matters, we would need people to really come together united and not begin to bring using ethnic slurs, religious divides when it comes to issues like this. So let's look forward in terms of what does action look like. We must have a democratic and security response to this. Sorry, diplomatic and security response to this. Already in the news this morning, I talked about how the presidency was intensifying efforts to have diplomatic conversations with the United States of America. To be fair, again, this is a bit too late. When the Senator Ted Cruz had raised the issue, rather than propaganda and trying to push narratives around, oh, this is not true, or burying our head in the sand, we ought to have taken action. We ought to have begun diplomatic efforts to ensure that this narrative is corrected with facts, not with just, you know, a nice story or just writing or releasing statements. With facts. If they're claiming that Christians are being killed, then they must present a counterfact to the alternative, that not just Christians, but it is an issue around terrorism. Then we had an opportunity long before now, when the Christians in the Middle Belt were crying out to say that they were killing them. The pastors were coming out to make videos. The response was not sufficient. Unfortunately, it's taken the America's response, America's statement for us to begin to take action. Why did we not put our house in order in the first instance? And now we're reacting and responding. I wish we had taken the opportunity when the issue was brought to light, especially by some people who were victims of these killings, and the Nigerian government acted. Now, following that, beyond the diplomatic, we've heard that the news around a meeting confirmed is not true. I think it's important to say that, but the Nigerian government is working very hard to ensure that they open that channel of communication with the United States and ensure that a diplomatic conversation is had. Beyond that, I think it's also time we spoke about representatives diplomatically across countries in the world. We still do not have ambassadors in the United States, ambassadors in other countries of the world as we speak. The president will now have to take serious attention or pay serious attention to Nigeria's foreign policy. Nigeria's depicts the issue. Nigerians are dying, and it is quite shameful that the outside world has to tell us our own problems when it has been glaring all along. Thousands of Nigerians are being killed. Every other day we keep reporting stories of people being killed, whether in the mosque or in the church or in areas, and yet nothing concrete has been done about this. Hopefully this will be a wake-up call for Nigeria.
Well, to round it up, Mr. Daliti did not just silence none of this, because the man has been voicing out, and at the same time, he also came out to troop his own opinion about Donald Trump coming to Nigeria. Through the VOP TV, he came out to say this, and I want you guys to listen to what he said.
You are in support of America invading Nigeria. 100%. Guns are blazing.
I said 100%. Since the government have refused to listen, and leaders are not even helping matters.
Wouldn't that affect the sovereignty of Nigeria? That's the question I'm asking.
You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are not telling you what to do, Abi. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are on the dining table with government, telling government what to do, and leaders are supporting it in Moses. That will be my annoyance. Why would anybody utter such words? These are things you should frown at. Who brought them into Nigeria? Was Nigeria like this in 1999? Moses, please be sincere to yourself. Who brought them into Nigeria? What are they doing here? Why are they not in Ghana? Why are they not in the Republic of Benin? Please, why are they not in South Africa? You can see, we forgot the genesis of our problem and we are blaming America. Let them come. If that will solve the problem. Since you people don't know what to do, let them come and help us. Look at now, as I'm talking to you now, almost 20 villages have been taken over in Plateau and Benue. Moses, who are those to occupy those villages? Are they Christians? The real indigenous of those states are now in IDP camp, and they are the farmers in Nigeria. Can you beat that?
Now we're going to end this video here. What do you think about the Pastor Ezekiel that caught the attention of the American to Nigeria? What do you think about what VDM said? What do you think about Shaigumi and Tinubu, what they are saying? You know, the oil revenue, oh, the Muslims and not like that. Oh, and what do you also think about what Mr. Daliti said in all of this? I'll be waiting for you guys in the comment section. Remember, I love you, God love you more. If you love us and you love the Christian, please share this video. If you're a Muslim, you want the peace of Nigeria, share this video. Don't take it like as if maybe we are making these particular videos against the Muslims. No, we love the Muslims, we love the Christians. We want us to coexist together like the Sierra Leonean. how Christians and Muslims are living together. We don't need to fight over religion. We just want peace. Not somebody who say, oh, because you don't believe in my faith, I have to buy you. That is not what we are praying for in this country. We want peace. We want everybody to have freedom of their religion. In as much of who do you decide to serve, we live in peace. You can preach to somebody, oh, I want you to become an Islam. If you say, no, I love my religion, you leave that person to be, just like the Christians are doing. They meet you on the road, they propose to you, they preach to you, I want you to give your life to Christ. If you say no, Christian will not just say, oh, you don't believe in Christ, they want to buy you. They don't do that. But I don't really know why there are Sharia law in Nigeria in 2025. We have Sharia law. Imagine there are Crusader law also. If you blaspheme against Christ, especially those that are saying Jesus Christ is not the only Son of God, Jesus Christ is not even God. Imagine now we are executing people for it. Anyway, I'm waiting for you guys in the comment section. I love you guys. God love you more. Until we meet again. Bye.